Hey guys, welcome to Priority Bike's YouTube channel. Today I'm going to show you how to install your high-rise stem on your Priority bike. All you're going to need is a regular Phillips head screwdriver, a 5 and a 4 millimeter Allen key. Let's start by loosening your reflector. We don't have to remove it, just have to move it off to the side, like so. Now we can remove the faceplate by using your 4 millimeter Allen key. When you're doing your last bolt, just be careful because the handlebar and stem faceplate are going to fall off. So you're going to want to hold that in place. You could just squeeze the stem plate like so. Remove the bolt. And then remove the faceplate. And you're going to place the handlebars off to the side. Like this. Using your 4 millimeter Allen key, you're going to remove the 2 bolts that pinch the stem onto the stereo tube. Just have to loosen it just enough. So our next step is to remove the stem off of the bike. What we're going to do is secure the fork somehow. If you're doing this on the floor, you should be fine, but it might be best to do this just in case the bike falls over or anything. Using a piece of twine, this actually came with your bike to secure the cranks onto the frame so that they wouldn't spin freely. But you can use like a zip tie or something, anything to secure it. So we're just going to put it through the wheel like so, through the down tube, and just give it a nice little knot here. Just a basic knot. From here, I can remove the top cap using a 5 millimeter Allen key. Okay. Remove the stem. I can put this off to the side now. I won't be needing that. And I'm going to put the new stem on top like so. Okay, I'm going to get this nice and snug. And now I'm going to remove the faceplate. So just like we did before when we removed the original faceplate, we're just going to remove all 4 bolts here. Install our handlebar. And we're going to put the faceplate back on. And we're just going to get these on just enough so that it's holding position. So now that we have our handlebar, faceplate, and bolts on, we're going to center the handlebar. As you can see here, it's a little bit offset to the left, so we're going to center it. I'm going to use this little opening here of the faceplate to help me center this. I can use that to help me judge the distance between the bolts too. Like so, and now I'm going to tighten that up. Make sure when you are tightening these down that the gap between this plate and the stem is the same on both sides. A little trick I like to do is put my thumb on top and my index finger on the bottom, and I can feel the gap in between. You'll want to double check that, just eyeball it once you're done, and get it nice and tight. So now that we have the stem in its basic position, we're going to remove the twine. If you had a twine or anything holding the wheel in place, we'll no longer need that. Put our bike onto the ground. And we're going to eyeball everything to see if everything is aligned and make our adjustments as needed. For our handlebars, we're going to want them relatively in that same position you had earlier, but with the brake levers tilting slightly down. And then obviously with the stem, we want that to be in line with your wheel. So right now my handlebar is twisted to the right. I'm going to hold my wheel in place. I can use my foot for this, or if you have a friend to help you out, they'll hold the wheel. And you're going to turn the handlebar till it's straight with the wheel. Obviously we want these to be loose. We're going to tighten them down. Now we can use our 4mm Allen key to adjust the handlebar as needed. Luckily this one is pretty good, and we're going to use our 4mm Allen key to tighten those down. Our last step is to check to see our headset is properly compressed. Okay? If this is too tight, then you're going to feel some notching when you turn. If it's too loose, you're going to feel like a gap in here. So what we can do at this point is squeeze our front brake and roll it forward and back. If it feels, if it was loose, you would feel and you would hear a knocking on there. If it's too tight, what we can do is to check for that is to pick up the front end of the bike and turn the handlebar. See how it falls freely? That's what we want. If it was too tight, it would not fall freely. All right, let's do our finishing touches. We're going to put our reflector back in position. If you have a bell or a horn or anything, you'll want to make sure everything is placed where you want it to be. So that's how you do a high-rise stem install on your priority bicycle. If you have any questions, feel free to contact us. Our information's on the bottom of the screen.